You look at, track and field and athletics in general. You have to have certain qualities that makes you a unique athlete. You have to first be dedicated to the sport, be committed to wanting to go to practice every day, always having a good memory on what you learn from your coaches, and being able to apply what you learn in the field of competition. And I picked those pieces up from the leadership of a gentleman that brought me up, Coach Willard Hershey from Brigham Young University, through his principles that he always taught us. He said that if you want to succeed in life, always have a good memory. It also gave me the ability to apply the same sentiments in business, because in every business venture, there's always a sale and a buy. If somebody is selling you something, you either go in to be able to accept and buy what they're selling you, or you sell them on not wanting to buy what they're selling you. So whenever the transaction goes on, somebody's going to walk out buying and somebody's going to walk out selling. And I've always made it my mantra to make sure that I identify the right opportunities. So when I'm buying at the right price, and when I'm selling at a good return. When you focus on building a business with the talents and the dedication that you've learned in the athletic field, you're definitely going to come out with great returns that would help you contribute back to people that you love, care about, and the world in general. And if you look at somebody like myself, I have a fiduciary responsibility not only to people who look up to me in the United States, but also people who look up to me on the continent of Africa. You look at the size of Africa, you're talking about over 1.2 billion approximately on the continent. Most of the continent is looked on by the world as an impoverished continent. But there's prosperity on there, and there's massive natural resources. The only reason why these resources don't gain the attention that they need to gain is because of the transfer of information and knowledge to the bottom line people who have the ability to exploit them. And so then somebody like me comes to the United States, start realizing the freedoms that exist over here, and then build a business, gradually develop the entrepreneurial spirit, and give a vision to the African child that it is possible to make it on the continent by basically seeking information, learning, and having a good memory. If Kenny can do it, you can too. My mother taught me when I was growing up that anything that happens to you in life, enjoy it and laugh it off, because in the future, you look back at it and laugh it off. My father always said that don't ever allow your anger to drive you to a point where you forget yourself and forget who you are. Because at the end of the day, that negative energy affects your progress and creates a stumbling block for yourself more than the person that caused you to become angry. Those two principles taught me the art of dedication and confidence in myself, to know that if I'm selling myself to somebody, I should be able to represent myself in such a way that I don't allow their reactions to anger me. And even if it did, I should just brush it off and laugh it off, because in the future I'll look back at it and laugh it off. That was a very good foundation for my parents. I took it from them and I implemented them to date. Well, I see several roadblocks that entrepreneurs deal with. One that I hear everybody talk about is the financial constraints. Most entrepreneurs in Africa feel that without money, you can't build a business. Businesses don't start with somebody else giving capital to an idea. Businesses start with somebody taking capital and giving it to an individual. That individual has the ability to get that capital based on how good they are at selling something. So if you come to an investor who has money and you want your business to be funded, you need to go to them with a mentality of having the ability to sell yourself to that investor. After you sell yourself, selling the idea is very easy. And so that is one of the biggest challenges that I see. Number two is, the youth and the type of educational direction that they receive. The educational direction is geared towards, formal civil service or, structured, industries like the medical sector and the healthcare sector. I feel that those are great because they play a very important role in our societies. But on the same respect, governments in Africa and the people within the various communities should start encouraging the youth and the younger generation to become more entrepreneurial. And from that stance, start introducing the art of entrepreneurship in our everyday educational system. Africa itself is an open market. Each country has huge potential. The leadership have learned the lesson of democracy and stability as being the key resources to attracting foreign investors and foreign capital. And they've also learned that when you bring foreign capital, you create employment for your people, and when the people are happy, and they are fed right and they have the right necessities in life like medical, good health care and good education for their kids, you create a stable environment that everybody will live a better lifestyle. So the future of Africa is bright. From my perspective, the emerging markets is the best place to be to do business because the returns on capital investments are incredible. And Africa is on the top tier of that right now.